What's up, YouTube? So it's February 1st, and it usually means a lot of people they've been sticking to that workout plan for the past couple of weeks. But it's where you see a couple people start to fall off, maybe not stick to it, maybe it gets a little bit too difficult, or just they don't have the motivation to stay on that plan. So what I went and did was I asked a whole bunch of several people what they think is the hardest thing about staying on a workout plan and staying on a good routine and getting in the gym and getting in your fitness goals. For me, the reason why I did this video is because I only have one point of view. So if I was going to talk about it, it's going to be from my point of view. So I thought it was very important to go get a different broad view of what people think are the challenges of it. So in this video, pretty much what I'm going to do is you're going to see what people think are the challenges of it, and then I'm going to do a response after the video on what I think can help with that, and maybe some of the difficulties that maybe I've experienced with it and how I got over it. So let's get this video going. Alright, so I have Eric and Jewboy here, but pretty much what I want to ask is, what do you guys find is the hardest part about getting into a workout routine or just finding that good consistent gym routine where you guys are hitting it every day?
I think the hardest thing about getting into a fitness plan or a gym routine is just the mental state and trying to tell yourself you're going to do it, because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym after work, and then you get off work and you're like, I'm too tired to do it, I'll do it tomorrow. Then you wake up and you're like, oh, it's my day off, I'm not going to go. So it's like getting there, because once you get there you're fine, so it's kind of telling yourself that you're going to be committed to it, and sticking to it is the hardest part.
I mean, pretty much the same thing. Getting yourself up every day and saying, hey, I'm going to get in the gym over, oh, today I could just take it off, it's not going to matter that much. But I mean, every day you miss is just more time that it's going to take to get where you want to get. So just staying consistent is the hardest part, basically.
But I think it's also hard when you try to work out by yourself. Like, that's why I try to go with Jewboy as much as I can, or John.
Having friends in the gym helps.
Because John will be like, all right, let's go. Or I'll wake up Jewboy because he's playing poker all night, losing money, and he's pissed. So I'm like, let's go to the gym. He's like, I
don't want to wake up.
I'm like, I don't want. He's like, I don't want to wake up. So it's just like pushing each other.
So finding that motivation.
Finding that motivation.
Alright, so for Eric and Jordan, what I really like that they're talking about is finding that consistent motivation to get in the gym every day. It's real easy to say, oh, I'm going to go this day and then go, but not kind of find a consistent routine of going. Because realistically, if you're trying to hit some kind of fitness goal or achieve some kind of accomplishment, you have to do something consistently. You're not just going to be able to half-ass it and go 1 or twice a week and expect any kind of real progress or results in that sense. So I think it really is important for people to find a consistent and long-standing routine versus just kind of for the New Year's saying, oh, I'll go January and get in this shape. I don't think it necessarily works that way. I think January is a good start to get in there, but you have to find some kind of consistency in your workout. And like they said, working out with a partner or having kind of a little moral support to go with somebody and kind of keep each other accountable does help. I really think it does, because when you have someone that's doing it, that's keeping you accountable, hey, we need to go to the gym at this time, or hey, let's go work out tonight. Having that extra person that kind of you don't want to let down, or you're just like, oh no, I don't want to be the person that stops the routine from going. I think that helps a lot. So I think those are two important very aspects of getting the consistent good routine and getting a healthier lifestyle for the new year and not falling off. If you have those two establishments where you have a consistent routine that you know you can go through, and then you have somebody that you're also doing it with, it makes it that much easier to stay consistent and staying on a good, consistent workout routine. The only thing I will say on that about that is you don't want to depend on somebody. So don't let your goals or your gym or your schedule depend on somebody else, because if that person can't be there for that day, you still need to be able to go in by yourself or figure out something that you can do by yourself that's still going to keep you accountable and keep you consistently going. So that's all I have to say for Eric and Jordan. Thank you for that response, guys. It was really helpful. All right. So basically, guys, what do you think is the hardest thing about getting into a good workout routine and staying consistent on it and living a healthier lifestyle?
I would say the biggest thing I know as a female is the hardest struggle is to see consistency. I know a lot of us, we like to see instant results, and everyone thinks of, oh man, I need to lose a pound in a week, or oh, I need to lose 3 inches in a month, or 60 days. Well, you can't really put a time limit on health and fitness, only because it's a lifestyle, and if you continue to work hard and progress every day, you'll see those end results later. But a lot of females like to assume that, you know, next week they're going to look exactly how they want their body to look. But at the same time, if they're not putting in work, they're not putting in effort, they're not eating the way they should be, then that's going to take back results that they could have, but they're just not consistently being motivated and holding themselves accountable.
And then Jesse, what do you think?
Oh, okay. Well, same thing she was saying into that. Most of the time people, they want to see results as soon as possible. They're not putting in the time and the work. They literally go, eat in and out, McDonald's, stuff like that. We got to fuel our body properly so we can make sure we can start adding the muscle, and then, it's going to start burning the calories and stuff like that. Basically, we just need structure. People go off of Instagram models and stuff like that, all that fat burner stuff like that. We just need a better structure and making sure get you exactly where we want to get to.
All right, perfect. All right, so I think Selena and Jesse brought up a great point about accountability and expectation. So a lot of us do want to see instant results. For example, a lot of girls, they want to slim down and see their waist get really thin or their butts get really big in a short amount of time. And all this stuff takes a lot of time for it to happen. I mean, you're going to see what we like to call vertical gains, where when you start working out, you're going to see your body just freaking transform because it's not used to working out. It's not used to doing this kind of thing. So you're going to see those virgin gains, and then we get happy with that. And then we expect it just to keep happening that fast. But your body adapts to it. Your body gets used to the routine of working out, so it's going to be a little bit harder. So it's just setting our expectations and being conscious that it takes a long time. It doesn't happen instantly. And I think, like Jesse said, social media does have a big influence on that, because there's a lot of people that put out stuff like, oh, instant 10-day or 20-day detox, lose 5-10 pounds in 2 or 3 weeks. And honestly, that's not healthy, so I wouldn't even recommend doing that, but it's just that kind of standard that sets up for why so many people want those fast results. And just making sure, like Jesse said, you have structure. They both said about eating right and having the proper nutrition. You need to have that. So the gym is only half of it. Making sure your eating habits are healthy and proper and structured are a major point in that. And that's going to help you in a long way of maintaining your body the way you want to have it. So I would say they gave some great information, because that's a lot of it on the mental side of it is just you have that structure, and you have to be realistic about your expectations that it's not going to happen overnight. All right, thank you, Selena and Jesse. That was very helpful. What I have is, what do you think is the biggest challenge of getting on a new workout plan and getting a healthier lifestyle and staying consistent on it?
I'd say the biggest thing about getting started, you definitely want to make sure you're not intimidated. Pretty much every single person in the gym, they start at the same place you are. Nobody was just born knowing exactly what to do. So, you can't really feel intimidated seeing people who've been in the gym for years after years, hours and hours, grinding, hitting weights that you dream of hitting, because eventually you're going to build up to that. You just can't be intimidated, because not everybody there is just looking at you, judging you or anything like that, because literally everybody was in the same exact position you are currently.
All right. I love what Daniel said about the whole intimidation factor and kind of being self-conscious of going into a gym. I hear this all the time, that a lot of people are just intimidated by going to a gym because they don't want to be stared at, or they don't want to feel like they're being looked at, or like they're being judged. So the one thing I can say is you're always going to have people there that are going to be in super good shape, that have been lifting for years, that just it's their lifestyle. But you'll be surprised on how nice some of these people are and how open they are. So the one thing I've learned is you can never judge a book by its cover. So some of these people that you see that are in amazing shape, are super strong, are just have a great energy to them, they're not intimidating people. More than likely, they're going to be really nice people because they've been where you're at, where they started on their fitness journey. So I think Daniel makes a great point, is if we try to compare ourselves to other people. I know I had this problem a lot when I first started working out. I think my goals were I wanted to bench 2 plates, like rep it out like nothing, like 10 to 12 times, and then be able to squat 315, 4 plates like nothing, because I saw other dudes doing it that were big, that wouldn't look like. So for me, that was one of my things I was trying to compare myself. I kept trying to work myself up to. And the thing that I was doing wrong was my form wasn't always good on everything. I wasn't doing the necessary stuff to build up to that weight. I was kind of just trying to fast track there because I wanted to get there, because it was kind of a goal, but I wasn't doing the proper way of doing stuff like that. So I think that's very important, is that you can't get intimidated and you can't compare yourself to what other people are doing in the gym, because you're there for a sole purpose for yourself. You're not there for them. you're there for yourself. So you always have to remember that is, don't be intimidated because you feel like you have to compete with someone else in there, because you don't. You're there for yourself and to benefit yourself. Do what you can, and more than likely you're going to see it get better and better and build yourself up. So thank you, Daniel, for that awesome advice. Let's keep going and go on to the next person. All right, I have Greg here. So my question, Greg, is what do you think is the difficulty of finding a consistent, healthy lifestyle and some of the struggles people face with it?
I say the hardest thing is staying around positive people. You want to be around positive people. That will keep you motivated, especially if you ain't used to working out and you keep trying to get back in the gym. That's the hardest thing. If you're around positive people and people about working out, you gonna stay on track.
All right. I think what Greg says is so important because, like I just said previously about not being intimidated by people, sadly, you are going to have some people that aren't going to have your best interests at heart, that aren't going to be the most encouraging. So it's very important to just surround yourself with good energy people. I try to do this just in everything with my daily life too, just because I've learned in the past about year, probably 2 years, it's who you tend to surround yourself with, who you're with every day, even who you follow on Instagram, on social media, the people that you look up to. You tend to share those same qualities as those people that you're around every day. So if you're with somebody that's constantly in the gym, that has good energy about them, that constantly just wants to work and get better, more than likely if you're around that person, you're going to see that and you're going to want to get better with them, because it's just that natural just reaction of this person's doing something right. If they're in shape, they're doing everything good. So I think it's super important to surround yourself with good people that have good energy, that want to see you do better. So thank you, Greg, because I do definitely think that's important. Just surround yourself with good energy, good people. And Tony, so what do you think is the hardest part about sticking to a workout routine for the new year and keeping it going?
Well, it's like when the new year comes, you want to have a new workout routine, right? And it's kind of hard to keep up with it because, like I told John before, it's like, let's say for example, Monday it's chest and biceps for me. Mm-hmm. And let's say for example my chest is like,
your body's not feeling good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. You feel like sticking to structure where you know you're gonna hit every day, versus just like how you're feeling.
Yeah.
So again, like it's like actual legit routine to where it's you following the routine. It's kind of hard because some people they like to hit certain body parts, right?
Yeah. And it's kind of hard to keep up with it because, like I said, like some days you come in the gym and you're not feeling it, you know?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just like, that's how everyone feels, you know? They have those days.
All right. I love Tony. He's a good kid, and I think what he said is really important because I feel like especially at a younger age, I know I struggle with this a lot, is finding a good structured workout and kind of learning different things. So like he says, a lot of people, they stick to the basic stuff they know. So like doing bench press, doing curls, squatting, doing what's the thing I used to do in high school, deadlifts, tricep overheads, just doing basic stuff. For me, I've opened myself to learning so many different things you can do for a workout that's just crazy now that like there's so many different things I can do now. But for someone younger in that age, I think it's really important to just I'm not saying you have to go out and look up and find a different workout every single time, but you really want to come up with a structured workout to where you know where you're hitting. So even writing out like a schedule, that's what I tend to do when I'm trying to come up with a new structured schedules. I write it out what days I'm hitting something, and then that day I'll kind of think about when I'm going to hit or what exercises I want to do. I might draw some inspiration from seeing a video on Instagram or watching a video on YouTube, seeing something I want to try to incorporate into that workout. So I think that's very important because if you keep doing the same things over and over again, your body's naturally going to get adjusted to it. It's not going to have that same effect. And then mentally, you're just going to get tired of doing it. I know that happens to me. If I'm like for squats, for some reason, I've just gotten mentally over them. So I still do them, just incorporating different styles of it and then just not being complacent with it. So I definitely think, especially younger side, there's so much stuff you can do out there, and it's amazing what your body can do once you start doing it. So I would just say for that, with structure and being on a good routine, is maybe writing it down or maybe even following a program. There's a lot of good athletes out there that put out programs, or a lot of companies that will put out good programs out there that literally write up the workout and tell you what to do, and then they'll explain it with a video, or they'll show you like a pictures of how to do the exercise. And while this is the one thing that people I know tend to do is, oh, I don't like how that feels, I don't like how that works, I like sticking to it. If you want your body to change, if you want your body to get in better shape, if you want to challenge your body, you have to do stuff you don't want to do. You literally really do. You have to do stuff you don't want to do. You have to get out of that comfort zone. So thank you, Tony. I really appreciate you doing the video, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the coming year with everything that you're doing, okay? All right, Rick, so my question is, what do you think is the most difficult thing about getting in a nutrition plan for the year and a workout routine for the new year and staying consistent on it?
Well, when people are starting off in the new year, first of all, they need a couple things. They need a good nutritional plan, and you can go to somewhere like NutriShop Highland and get on the right supplements. Just as important it is to have a good trainer to teach you how to work out, you need someone to tell you where you're at and where you need to be. A lot of people just like having their hand held, and that's what we're here to do. Coach you through the whole process from beginning to end.
Exactly. Look at all the products I have here, too. Always fully stocked. So if you're around here to check out Rick, he'll give you the right information, right products.
NutriShop Highland, don't forget, come and see us.
All right, so Rick from NutriShop Highland, really good dude. He's helped me a lot with making sure that I'm getting the proper actual supplements I need for what I'm trying to do. So a lot of times, if you're trying to hit certain goals, if you're trying to do weight loss, there's certain supplements that are going to help with weight loss. If you're trying to do weight gain and gain strength, there's certain supplements that are going to help you there. If you're trying to detox, there's going to be certain supplements that are going to help you there. If you're trying to go for recovery, there's going to be certain supplements that are going to help you there. So it's really important to know that if you are using supplements, you're getting the right ones for your body, for what your goals are. So NutriShop Highland, they've helped me out a lot over the past couple of years with everything that I've done with my fitness. So they're really good people to go to. If you're not from the Redlands, Highland area, there's so many good places out there that you can go to that will help you, give you good, proper nutrition advice. But just make sure that you're not going into something because they're pushing something on you, that they're actually explaining why you're taking it. And I think that's what NutriShop Highland does a real good job of, is Rick will explain what the product does and why it's going to help you hit that certain goal. So making sure you have the proper nutrition and the supplements is a major key if you're going to try to get any weight loss or any muscle gain for the new year, or consistently trying to do it, making sure you're taking the right stuff. Because if you're taking something that you don't even need, you spent money on something you don't need, and it's not really benefiting your body. So thank you, Rick. They're awesome. They're actually having a weight loss challenge. It's the one that I won last year. It's coming up. It's starting on February 5th, I believe. So if you're trying to get a little extra motivation and win some money, it's a great way to get that body you always wanted. Thank you.
All right, so my outlook and my basically my thought on New Year's resolutions are basically just the fact that it's used more of it as an excuse and like almost like an incentive to a point, rather than just getting in and just getting it done in the first place. I think that's why it's a lot more short-term than long-term, because people wait until that certain day to actually get in and then start their whole resolutions. And it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing that people want to better themselves. And so with that being said, it's just people need to start establishing habits rather than just using it as like, I'm going to start it now because it's New Year's resolution. It's hard to establish a habit. I feel like a lot of people come in here and they just right off the bat, they want to just work their ass off 7 days a week, not really knowing what they're doing to their bodies, just kind of shocking their bodies. Yeah, it works at first, but then they get either tired of it, they see results or they don't see results. It just all depends on certain people. You obviously see it in the gyms. It's packed for the first 2 months, maybe 3, and then people fall off. Basically, a lot of people, they'll see results in the beginning, it's great, and then they keep going, and then all of a sudden it starts getting stagnant. They stop seeing the results that they saw in the first place. And then people don't get that it happens. Some people hit plateaus, some people just, it levels out, your body gets used to it. And so they start losing motivation, and they end up losing, sight of what they wanted to do in the first place. So with, what I want to say is just keep going, even though if you do stop seeing results, switch it up, find something new that you want to achieve. You know, just set different goals. You have that first goal that you got to achieve, and then just set another goal. Keep setting goals, and keep shooting for those goals. Achieve them, and don't stop. People stop, so don't stop.
All right. What I kind of like about what Matt said was he kind of put everything a little bit together. So he's right in that sense is a lot of people use the new year kind of as a starting point of, oh, I'm gonna get in the best shape of my life, or I'm gonna get that body I've always wanted this year. And there's nothing wrong with that, like he said, but it's kind of the expectation that, oh, just because it's a new year, I'm gonna get in shape. What you should be looking is, you know what, it's a new year to get in shape for the rest of my life. And so building those habits, making those life changes to where you are living a healthier lifestyle so you can get that body you wanted is so important. And like he said, you have to keep your eye on the prize. And I want to say it's so important that you have goals. You have many goals. You have long-term goals. So if your goal is to lose a pound a week, keep that on your mind that, hey, I need to lose a pound a week. And then the bigger goals, maybe by 2 months you want to lose 10 or 15 pounds. If you're losing a pound a week, or if you're maintaining the idea that I need to lose a pound a week, I'm pretty sure you're going to get there by that 2 months, that you're going to lose that 15 or 20 pounds. So we have to keep sight of what our goals are and not kind of just go with the mind, oh, I want to get in healthier shape. Set goals, because that's so important. For me, that was a big thing, was I always kind of just wanted to get in shape, and then I saw some results, and then I kind of plateaued. Like Matt said, you finally hit that plateau where you need to change things up to kind of keep going. And for me, it was setting up my macronutrients and tracking that. So I didn't realize how bad I was eating, and then once I started tracking and seeing where I was at and then improving on that, I started to see my body get in a lot better shape. Changing my style of training, so not doing so many compound movements, getting more explosive, getting more athletic, taking care of my body, so not dealing with so many injuries, which is what I'm dealing with right now, but it's getting a lot better than it has before, of doing mobility work, stretching out, rolling out, getting my body worked on. Those are all things that we have to do, that we have to focus on. So it's kind of like, I think a lot of people say it's a lifestyle change that you have to do. So thank you, Matt, for that. Very insightful, and I appreciate it. Alright guys, so that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, you guys took something away from it. This was really fun for me. Like I said, I think it got to a point where, yeah, I can tell you guys what I've been through and what I think are the important things, but I really want to get other different perspectives on what they think are the struggles, because there's some stuff that I wouldn't normally say on here that I did get to talk about, and I think are actually general issues. So if you guys like this video, if you want to see more stuff like this where I get more people involved with it, just let me know. If you want to be involved in one of these videos, if you have anything you want to share that you want to talk about, please let me know, because I'm more than open to doing it. I want to get the Follow Your Vision videos back up going. I've just been struggling with trying to find people for it, and then just other things going on. But this was very much just a lot of fun for me to do. I hope you guys like it. Any questions, if you ever need any tips, please let me know. I'm always available. Later guys, thank you.